What is up, YouTube? We are back with more Lightning Returns, and we just completed day one. We are now on day two, 6 a.m. sharp. Day hasn't started yet. We are still at the Ark, so we have plenty of time to ready up. Just a little recap. Last time, in the last session, it was day one. Met the children of Etro, got to follow them around, played spy. That was pretty fun. And we got to start experiencing how this game kind of works, where there's this time frame and every second counts. You want to make the most out of all the time you have. You don't want to be laying around just doing nothing. You always want to be busy. You always want to be doing something, and you definitely don't want to be doing just random stuff. I made that big mistake early on because I was attacking those bots very early on in the level, and yeah, it kind of screwed me over. So yeah. Unnecessary fights and stuff, but I did go back while off camera because I didn't like the timing I had left, and I went and I got the abilities and stuff that I hadn't picked up. We still had the passion robe, but I went and I got de-protect, de-shell, and where is it? It is not on these ones. Let's go to the abilities and see it. Spark Strike, Thundera, and Gale Strike. And just so you guys who don't know, D-Brave, D-Faith, and Gale Strike are all from the Dead Dunes. And I recommend you get those day one at the end where you have just a little bit of time left, because there's nothing else to do, and these are some really incredibly good abilities that are going to help immensely in day two for the enemies we're going to fight. Excuse me, and they're also very easy to get for the most part. You don't want to attack any enemies in the Dead Dunes yet, because they are very difficult to fight and can be a real pain in the ass if you if you ask me. So you want to completely avoid them. The chests for them are all the way dead north. There will be a staircase, and you'll see the chest for the Gale Strike right above that. And if you go to the right of that, you'll find D-Faith and D-Brave over there. So awesome abilities, awesome abilities. We're gonna put the Nocturne garb on for this one. We are going to put on Blizzard. We're going to leave Blizzard on. We're going to have Attack 2, obviously. Guard, definitely. Not Light Guard, but Guard. And we are going to put on Gale Strike and Spark Strike, because these are going to come in. These are going to be immensely helpful for the upcoming fights. Going to put on a Magician's Token just for that extra magic damage, even though, well, it's physical, so you would technically want this one for the strength, but whatever, because I don't have another fighter's emblem, and I use my fighter's emblem for my rogue. Now that I think about it, my rogue doesn't have any abilities, so that makes no sense. So let me fix that. See, even I make mistakes from time to time. So put that on there. And yeah, this soldier first class is going to be completely gone. We are going to replace it with a garb that you can find in the Wildlands, which is where we're going to go after we finish talking to Hope. So let's talk to Hope.
This is Yggdrasil, the Tree of Life. It's a holy tree, and its life force is entwined with that of the world. Aradia gives Yggdrasil the power to grow. As the tree grows stronger, so too does the world. With enough Aradia, you can extend its life and push back the Day of Destruction. Up to 13 days, after which God awakens.
So the more Aradia I can collect, the bigger that tree will grow. And the bigger the tree, the longer the world has before Doomsday.
The destruction began 500 years ago, but you know that. It was when the chaos first flooded into our world. Most of the world was lost immediately under the ocean of chaos. Only one small region survived. The survivors call their island of refuge Nova Chrysalia. The chaos brought destruction, and a kind of immortality too. Suddenly everyone stopped growing. It was like we'd lost our time. But if that was a gift, it was a poisoned one. We could not age, and neither could new life be born. There were no more children. But although we were ageless, we were not immune to death. Sickness, accidents, and violence could still kill us. Life remained as fragile as it had always been. And so humanity began a new chapter of its history. The population slowly shrinking, the survivors falling into an ennui born of lives that last too long. Eventually, new creeds took hold and new legends created. One of these told of the Savior, a servant of God. She would descend to Nova Chrysalia at the end of the world, humanity's last chance for salvation. The Ark is the remains of the artificial cocoon, a planet built of steel, back when humanity still dared to dream of greatness. Bunavelza has repurposed the world we built. This is where the souls of the saved are kept, ready to be reborn in the new world. But the people down on the surface have forgotten what this stands for and simply call it a moon. Who am I exactly? It's a question I don't have the answer to. I don't know how I know the things I'm telling you. I don't know who gave me the knowledge. It's not that I have forgotten my past. Some memories are still there, and I can summon them when I want. It's just that I can't recall the emotions they should evoke, as if they're images of someone else's life. I know that I once lived in a great city on the surface of the planet. I know that Snow and I joined forces to try and battle the menace of the chaos. And then, suddenly, I was here. I tried to find out what happened. According to records that still survived, the man called Hope Estime disappeared 169 years ago. But the records and my memory end there. What happened after that? I can only assume I was in the hands of God. I was part of his plan, so he took me and prepared me for the role that I had to play. There are certain areas within Nova Chrysalia that I want you to focus on. 5 locations where I'm picking up anomalous chaos readings.
And I'm guessing one of those locations is right where Snow is.
Yes, exactly. The palace in the city of Yusnan. There is another spot, in the heart of Luxarian, the Holy City. One more in the scorching sands of the Dead Dunes. And finally, I've measured large chaos fluctuations at 2 locations in the Wildlands.
4 regions, 5 locations.
To be more precise, the goals are people, not places. For example, the chaos activity in and around Snow's palace is linked to him, and the darkness in his heart. It's the same kind of chaos that I'm picking up in the other 4 locations.
And you want me to find these 5 people?
They're your priority, yes. Those people have massive burdens on them. The fate of many rests on their shoulders, and that makes your task all the harder. Helping them will not be easy, even for God's handpicked savior. But I can help you. There's a hard truth we must face. There are thousands of people down in the world waiting to be saved, but you cannot help all of them. It's not possible.
I've only got a handful of days. There just isn't enough time, right?
This will sound cold, but you need to be efficient. Saving people who are suffering under the heaviest burdens will give you more Aradia, which is good for us. But the greater the burden, the more you might have to do before that soul can be saved. Sometimes, solving someone's problem might just take too long.
You're saying I shouldn't waste time on helping the hard cases. I've got to pick and choose who gets saved.
Of course it would be best if you could save everyone, but you can't. It's a numbers game, Light. The more souls you save, the more Aradia you can gather and offer to the tree. The time spent helping one person might be better spent saving the souls of 10 others.
Efficiency by volume, is that it? A numbers game, like you say. Control costs and maximize profits. What is it that they say? Time is money.
Oops, did not mean to
Light,
do that.
do you understand your role now? You must lift the shackles that bind people's hearts and save their souls. The more souls you save, the more Aradia you can harvest. That is crucial because it means buying the world more time. In this world, all the clocks count to 12, but that wasn't always the case. Back in the old days, all clocks went to 13. Somehow, when the chaos first flooded into the world, we lost that 13th hour. It was one of the great mysteries. No one could figure it out. But happen, it did. And the results were dramatic. Space-time has been damaged. Where once each day lasted 26 hours, now only lasts 24. 2 hours of every day gone just like that. The lost time. Do you need to talk?
Here you can buy very useful potions and stuff. I'm not gonna buy any because for the most part of day 2 you don't really need any like extremely what I would call hard-hitting potions such as those. Those are more for like huge boss battles and stuff. Is what I would use them for personally. So we're gonna go to South Station because our plan is to go to the Wildlands and start working on that quest line. And this day 2 is really where you get to decide what you want to do, because the shackles are really off. The game is no longer holding your hand. It just lets you go. You can do whatever you want. But we are going to go to the Wildlands first instead of... Oh, cutscene.
Where am I? What is this?
Hey, Savior! What's going on?
You again?
Right. Can you hear me? Are you alright? Where are you?
What's the problem? Equipment trouble?
I'm out. I'm getting crazy readings. The coordinates make no sense. I can't pinpoint your position.
Hope, are you there?
No, no, no. Hope can't hear you or see you. You're invisible. Do you know why? Because we're inside you. Spooky, huh?
You mean inside my mind?
Yeah, it's a safe place that God can't see. You could almost say it's like, oh, I don't know, an unseen realm.
Alright, if you say so. But that begs the question, what the hell are you doing in here?
I have a name. It's Lumina, and I know a lot about you. You need my advice, and in here we can talk about anything we want, safe from prying eyes.
Prying eyes? You mean Hope?
Yep, he might not realize it, but everything he learns gets passed straight on to God.
What of it? I don't have any secrets to hide.
Oh, right. You're the loyal servant, aren't you? You wouldn't dream of betraying him. And don't worry, okay? Even if I know otherwise, well, my lips are sealed.
I have no reason to betray him.
Right, right. That's very convincing. Keep those feelings hidden and play the loyal little servant. You want to be as cold as a steel in your sword. You do that, and then no one can guess what's inside. It's true, God can't see into human hearts. But he can read your face and tone, just like anyone else, and make his own guesses.
Like I said, I don't have anything to hide. He's promised to bring Sarah back. I'm not gonna do anything that might cause him to change his mind. Why should I?
Are you still in there, Lightning? Why are you afraid?
Huh?
Come on, think about it. We're inside your mind. Don't you get it? If you can't be true to yourself here, where can you? I know you haven't changed, because you can't.
What the hell are you?
We're just particles of dust brushed from the palm of a god. That's all we ever were. Right, sis?
No, wait! That was Sarah.
Finally! I've got a connection again. Light, what just happened?
I was talking to Lumina.
Lumina? That girl? What does she want? And where is she now?
You didn't hear any of that?
No, my sensors didn't pick up a thing. Are you sure she was there? Maybe it was just a dream.
A dream? Maybe that's what it was.
Right. Teleport complete.
Nice little story twist there. Interesting. But yeah, we got a lot to do in day 2 and not a whole lot of time to get it all done. So we want to be as quick and efficient as possible. Day 1, there isn't a whole lot of hard things, I would say, in the game itself. So make sure to use those chronostasises if you had trouble keeping up with all the crap that I got in day 1, because it makes day 2 a lot easier to have all the stuff that I got. Especially the Passion Rogue garb. That helps immensely for that deprotect and deshell ability.
In order to infiltrate the Children of Exra's rights, we need to figure out their code. The 4 numbers.
And now we are just here so we can quickly get to the Wildlands. There is nothing here. Wait, actually I take that back. Let me make sure I got it, because there is a guard ability here that I believe I got, but I need to make sure I got it. So I'm pretty sure this is it. And then there is an item that you can get. It's a ring. Okay, I got the guard glove. We're good. We are good. You want a lot of physical protection for the upcoming battle that is going to happen.
This stops the Wildlands. Passengers for the Dead Dews and Luxurian South Station, please board now. Thank you.
So this is the last surviving wilderness.
It's the world as it once was. Nature's last stand. Wild beasts still live and die here as they always have. It's raw in nature, red in tooth and claw, and the chaos here is just as dangerous. The people who live out here are not like the city dwellers. They're different. They don't follow the teachings of the Order. And they don't want to rely on handouts either, so they strive to live off the land.
A refuge for those who refuse to be tamed. Is that it?
Light!
The encounter is ordained. You have been led to the fountainhead, whence the chaos flows. Here you will meet the servant of fate, adorned with feathers of white. The Angel of Valhalla.
Light? What just happened?
I heard a voice. It said that I've been led here, and I'm supposed to meet someone. The Angel of Valhalla.
What kind of voice? I didn't pick anything up on this end.
A young girl, but I don't think she's close. It was more like she was speaking from the chaos itself.
I just ran a search on this angel person, but it came up blank. Maybe you should ask the locals.
New warp destination. Awesome.
Yeah? What do you want?
I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of someone called the Angel of Valhalla?
Hey, you must be new to these parts. There's not a man or woman here that doesn't know the Angel.
The Angel of Valhalla isn't a person. It's a legendary Chocobo, covered in feathers as white as the clouds. It's the sacred bird that only appears at the end of the world.
So it's a local legend then.
Yeah, a legend. At least that's what it used to be. But in recent times, many folk have seen the bird with their own two eyes. A lot of us are thinking maybe that story is true.
Maybe it is, but Dr. Ghazal has been after it for years, and he still doesn't have proof that the beast is the one from legend.
Dr. Ghazal? Who would that be?
The famous veterinarian, of course. A prickly character with the temper of a behemoth, but he loves his chocobos. When it comes to the Angel, he's the leading expert in all of the Wildlands.
The doctor lives up the road a bit, in the village of Canopus Farms. If you catch him in a good mood, he'll help you out. Maybe.
A white chocobo at the end of the world.
Big note for...
any of the official scriptures of the Order. It's a local story, a superstition.
Even if it is, someone spoke to me. The voice was real, and it mentioned the Angel of Valhalla. I want to know who it was.
If you think that's what you need to do, then go ahead.
You aren't from around here, are you? I suppose you've come to seek the wisdom of our famous Dr. Gazal.
I wanted to ask him about the Angel of Valhalla.
I knew it. Well, first things first. You have heard of our Chocobo legend, right?
You mean the one about a sacred white chocobo that appears at the end of the world?
That's the one. Some of us call that Chocobo the Angel of Salvation. Oh, how we've been praying for him to appear. The angel is a harbinger, a signal that it's over at last.
That's something to pray for?
Oh yes. For the people who live out here, death is a kind of salvation. An outsider like you must find it difficult to understand. 5 centuries ago, all hell broke loose and a new god took over. We became immortal, against all natural laws. See, the people out here don't like that. Even gods shouldn't be allowed to change the natural order of things. Living off the land, growing our own food, surviving by our own wits, and dying when our time is up. That's what we want.
And that's why the white chocobo is a good thing. It means this unnatural life is going to be over at last.
Right. But you're welcome to believe different. We don't push our creed on anyone. At the same time, as long as you're going to be visiting us here for a while, it's right that you know our ways.
For the people of the wildlands,
Damn it,
the
keep
white
getting
chocobo is a sign. A herald of a special kind of salvation. Many of these lands worship Etro, the goddess of death. They pray to eventually return to her side, which in their creed is the same as ceasing to exist.
As I was saying before, I was so rudely goddamn interrupted. 2 big notes about this stage. Actually, 3. You want to collect these flowers whenever you see them because they are for a quest, and you have to have like a whole lot of them to get the quest done. So just collect them as much as you see them. They are scattered all around where the main quest takes you, so it shouldn't be too hard. Second, and probably most importantly, there is a type of mob that runs around here. I think it's called a reaver. Basically, it looks like a huge ass behemoth. You don't want to attack those. They are hard as hell. I made the mistake of running into one of them before. I had to use like 4 potions and all of my EP to kill it. So it is definitely not worth attacking this early on in the game because they are just extremely powerful.
If you want to learn more
And
about the
yeah,
Angel
it's
of Valhalla,
just pain in the ass.
Dr. Gazal of Kenobi.
And also, you want to get these 2 garbs that I'm about to buy here because they will make your life extremely easy. Electronica, and I don't have enough money, so I have to sell some stuff. Luckily, I have some metals, so we are good. Okay, yeah, there's plenty to buy it. You want to buy Electronica and Ignition. Where are they? They are not in here. The Woodland Walker one comes in handy a lot also. And the Watery Chorus comes in handy. But they are not essential at the moment, especially since we have Gale Strike, so we can kind of alleviate this one. And Water Chorus, we do have Blizzards, plenty of them. And you want to be killing a lot of the mobs that you see running around here that are not Reavers. You want to kill a lot of them because they... Oh, I didn't even notice he's talking. I swear, like, hope they just, like, cut him out, basically. He's just... When he talks, it's so not there that it's annoying. So most of the time I don't even notice he's talking. Anyway, yeah. So for this one, I'm gonna use the Heavenly Fan because this is gonna be straight elemental, and then a Magician's Token. And let's use the Guard Glove, and we are going to put on. Ooh, what are we going to put? We're going to put on Blizzard, definitely. Guard and D-Faith. Yeah, let's put on some D-Faith. Actually, take off Blizzard, and we are going to put on D-Brave. just for that extra, just to lower stuff in case we do run into a Reaver, because they can spawn along the way for the main quest and catch you off guard, and you don't want to fight them, but if you have to, you're gonna have to fight them. I mean, you want to, let's just put it this way, you'd rather waste 4 potions and kill it than waste an entire hour escaping the fight, is how I see it. Just to be more efficient.
I want to know more about the Angel of Valhalla.
Go away.
I heard you know things. The encounter is ordained. You have been led to the fountainhead whence the chaos flows. Does that mean anything to you?
Great Etro's helm. Where did you hear those words? Who spoke them?
A young girl, but I never saw her.
A maiden's voice born on the wind. Yes, that's how I heard them too. So it would appear that she has spoken to both of us. Very well. I will share what I know. The angel is a tempestuous chocobo that lives in these plains. I myself have glimpsed the creature many times, but unfortunately have never succeeded in capturing him. It is said whoever can break him and ride him will become his master. But I've long since given up hope that it shall be me.
Nor me. I don't know anything about chocobos.
Don't rule yourself out, young lady. You may be the one, if you're telling the truth about the voice, that is. It's true, not everyone who hears the voice is the chosen one, but rest assured, the encounter will happen. The legends tell us that the chocobo's chosen master will be led by the chocobo to a certain place. I speak of that dread edifice whence the chaos emerges, the temple of Etro herself.
You mean the one built into the cliff?
The very same. And deep below that sinister haven of destruction, an ocean of chaos roils, the great chaos of the stories.
What does that mean? Is it a different kind of chaos?
Alas, the legends give us few details. If you wish to find an answer to that question, you will have to seek the truth in the temple.
And to do that, I've got to find and tame the Angel of Valhalla.
Yes, indeed. But that, let me assure you, is no easy task. I have a couple of assistants who live here in the village. Talk to them, and they can give you advice about finding the Chocobo.
Okay, so there's a lot of NPCs here. Oh.
Do you think it could be true?
Or story time.
Does the Order know anything about it?
No, I'd say it's likely they don't. That temple appeared here from the other world, from Valhalla itself. When it still stood in Valhalla, it was responsible for sealing away a power, the one that now consumes the world. Something inside that temple is the source, the thing that created the chaos. 500 years ago, it let loose the chaos we see now, but it seems to have been dormant since then. No one knows why.
And you think it's waiting in the temple? This great chaos, that's the source of it all?
It's certainly possible. Perhaps this legendary Chocobo will take you there.
Or maybe it won't. But either way, someone's asking for me, and I think it's time I answer. Excuse me, do you know anything about the Angel of Valhalla?
Do I? You're as smart as you look coming to me with that question. I'll have you know I am the oldest, yes, that's right, the oldest surviving student of the great Dr. Ghazal himself. First, the basics. The legendary Chocobo, the so-called Angel of Valhalla, is not a creature anyone can find just by looking for it.
Except, I'm guessing you're gonna tell me that you can.
Not quite, but I can tell you what the good doctor has told me. That angel is anything but angelic. It's a rough, wild beast. He deliberately seeks out his mortal foe, the Chocobo Eater. So you see, if you wish to find the white Chocobo of legend...
I should find a Chocobo Eater.
Precisely. I knew you were smart. Now, the last sighting of a Chocobo Eater was in the City of Ruins. The ruins lie in grim terrain that stretches yonder to the east. But the Chocobo Eater is a fearsome beast. Be prepared for a fight.
If you want to find the prey, seek out the
As
predator.
I was saying,
It makes sense.
yeah, I'm just gonna talk over that. You can read it if you want. It's kind of annoying, and I don't want to stand around and wait for it because I don't want to waste time. There's a chest back here, by the way, that drops. There it is. That drops a plus 15% magic ring, the Imp's Crest. Yeah, I mean, those earrings or necklace? I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna keep going. I'm only gonna talk to the NPCs that actually progress the quest, not all of them, because I know all the ones that do it. We're gonna attack these guys. For these guys, you want to attack them with the Gale Strike ability that we got, because if you attack them with which is the Thunder, any Thunder spells, they will heal them, so you definitely do not want to heal them. So we have a lot of Thunder spells built up, so I'm resisting the urge to use any Thunder spells. Go ahead and get this guy out of here. This is going to be a very slow fight because I only have one ability, Arrow Strike, and my actual just plain attack ability is stuck on the same bar, so we won't be using either of those, but we can debuff the hell out of this guy, make his life miserable. Wait for him to attack, and we're going to go all out. Hopefully we might, no, not able to kill him, so we're going to have to wait. Sadly, since I have a build for Thunder, kind of lacking on everything else. I might have to put an attack on a different schema just for that reason. Monster Men. So you want to be attacking all the enemies I said like earlier, because they do come, they all have the chance to drop certain magic abilities that will make your life a lot easier. Into the chaos we go. Hopefully we'll find us some soul seeds. There should, oh, there's one. There's an enemy somewhere in here.
So this is where
Hasn't
it began.
spawned yet.
The beginning of the end.
Oh, I see you. Oh wow, I actually missed.
This will soon be over.
Now they're really easy, so it doesn't really matter. I think their weakness is actually just physical damage, I think. I miss our Slayer ability. That would come in handy here. Probably would have killed him in like 2 hits if we had it. But alas, we need the Electronica garb just to make all the nearby enemies a lot easier.
Come, stay, friend. These lands are filled with dangerous beasts. What's more, a Chocobo eater rampages in the east.
If a Chocobo predator's out there, there must be Chocobos too.
Oh, so you were seeking the wild Chocobo. Normally I would warn city folk from such folly, but you look capable enough. But know if you find yourself in trouble, return quickly to the high road. My people are there and will help.
So yeah, upcoming boss battle, not too difficult. Ooh. See, you can have a lot of different enemies spawn. I have not seen this enemy, so I'm assuming he is fire. That's what I would guess. Let's see how he likes thunder. Yeah, thunder doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot to him. Yeah, thunder is half. Let's see how he likes air. Not liking it too much either. Yeah, that's halved as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna go and say it's a safe bet that his weakness is fire, which I don't have the fire garb on right now, so lame. It's gonna be another slow fight. A lot of different enemies can spawn in this little path area that we are going on for to go to the Chocobo Eater. So yeah, I can't really give you all the tips for him because I have not seen all the enemies that can possibly spawn. Usually you get the little mini flans, which are extremely easy to kill, but I know sometimes, I've even seen it, sometimes you can get some extremely hard abilities like the Reaver. I know he can spawn on this path, so that has to be something you're prepared to fight, because it can happen to you, and he'll appear right in front of you, and most likely he will hit you, because he'll catch you off guard. So either you approach really slowly and bait every single one of the mobs to spawn so you don't have to worry about it, or you are going to just run headfirst into him and have to deal with it.
I'd say that the force behind the world's destruction might be buried somewhere in that
yeah, here are the mini flans, and I missed. Pretty bad. But yeah, these guys are extremely easy. Thunder makes quick work of them, as you can see. Staggered all of them, and they are dead. And as you see, they dropped a Frost Strike, not bad. You want to get those Vibrant Oozes because there's a quest that we are going to do later that is going to progress the main story that requires Vibrant Oozes. And you see, I got lucky when I was playing earlier. There was a Reaver that spawned in place of these ones, so you just gotta look out for that because they can happen to you, and if it does, it sucks. RNG just sucks in general, so I don't know what to tell you. If it happens, it happens. I don't know what to tell you, man.
You got in my way.
But yeah, they don't have any weaknesses. The Reavers, they just simply everything is normal except lightning. No, fire and wind, I believe.
There's no reason to think it won't come again.
It's the white chocobo.
Now the chocobo eater that you see in front of me, it can be a pain in the ass, so if you want to try as hard as you can to get that 25% debuff to HP like I just did. His HP is already lower than it is normally, but you want to get it even lower if you can, because it'll just make the fight that much easier on you. You want to block every attack that he does, by the way, because he has some pretty strong abilities. You are not blocking. Like, see, that one just did a lot of damage to me. And yeah, so basically just stagger him. Everything is normal, I believe. He doesn't have a certain weakness. I know that if you, for some odd reason, decided to go to Yusnan, the main quest there will unlock the Ghost Hood, is what I believe it is, which makes this fight a lot easier than it will be because I don't have the Ghost Hood on me. But not too big of a problem. This guy is pretty easy if you ask me, if you know what you're doing and you block all his attacks. Because if you don't unblock his attacks, he is going to hit very hard, and you don't want to deal with it. So just block all his attacks. I'm gonna wait for this one attack, and then I am going to unload on him. Thunder does a shit ton of damage to this guy, so make sure you use the Thunder spells. And yeah, so we are going to start dwindling him down. Is he gonna do it? Yeah, he's about to do it. I'll show you when he does it. When he reaches up like that, you can get a lot of damage in, but yeah, it's a big hit, so do it at your own risk. As you can see, he is just whipping my ass. I'm gonna have to pop a potion. Really didn't want to, but what can you do?
What's done is done.
He does a lot of damage. You need to kill him fast. This is like one of the prime fights I would recommend for starting to mess around with the multiple levels of stagger, because he's a fairly easy boss in terms of what he does, his skill set. So I don't know, it'd be a good idea to start there. It would take you just learn about the stagger levels as you go. I don't know if there's a tutorial later in the game. I know about them, but they can be a little difficult to explain.
I will fight evil.
Because basically, you get different levels of stagger, the jump abilities, and like blitz help to make staggering that much easier. As you saw in like the demo I played, I had the jump ability, which makes staggering extremely easy. I don't know when we'll unlock that in the game, but as soon as we unlock it, things should be a lot easier, if not downright simple. So yeah, we're still taking a huge amount of damage. Luckily, we know what we're doing, otherwise we would probably be screwed, even though it kind of doesn't look like I know what I'm doing, so I'm getting hit a lot. And he is dead. Good. And that fight can be pretty hard if you don't know what to expect, so yeah, if you let him attack you and you're just not on point with your guards, you'll probably die.
Look at this. Why didn't he just run away? He's torn up pretty bad.
Perhaps he had to fight to protect something.
It's all right, little one. I'll help you. You're bleeding heavily. We have to stop it.
It's the white Chocobo. What happened here?
He needs medical attention, and fast.
Right. I'll get the doctor. Yeah! Yep! Oh!
It's even worse than I feared. Hey, help me get him to Canopa's farms, now!
Yes,
I won't
Doctor.
let him die. Of that you have the word of Dr. Gazal. Stop moving around! Quickly!
So now this is the fun part. We get to run all the way back.